Fair Isle Knitting, Basic Techniques.
Hi, I'm Alexis Winslow, and I'm going to show you how easy the Fair Isle knitting technique is. Fair Isle is also called stranded knitting. It's a color work technique where multiple colors are used across a single row as you knit.
The basic technique is super easy. You just knit a couple of stitches with one color, then you pick up another color from the back side and knit a couple more stitches. And then you just switch back and forth like that to create a pattern. You don't even have to twist the yarns together, they just stay put on their own. If I turn this over, you can see a lot of loose strands laying across the back of my work. This is why the technique is also called stranded knitting. These strands are referred to as floats in some patterns as well. Now, every knitter holds their yarn a little differently, and there's no right or wrong way. But no matter how you hold your yarn, it's important to pay attention to how tight the strands on the back are. If the strands are too tight, the fabric will pucker, making it very difficult to work with, and also unattractive. I keep a loose and even tension by stretching the stitches out on my right needle before I begin knitting a new color. Then I pull the new color across the back with a tiny bit of slack as I create the next stitch. Also, to keep the yarn from getting twisted up and tangled, always grab one color from the top and the other from below. I keep my index finger between the two strands so they are always separated and easy to tell apart. Doing this is not crucial, but it will improve the look of your finished piece.
Fair Isle is typically knitted from a chart, so it's also important to learn how to read one of these charts.
So here's the chart for the swatch I made. Looking at the chart, the first thing you notice are the different colored boxes. Like any other knitting chart, each of these boxes represents one stitch in your knitting. Check the chart key to see what each symbol or color means. Now, notice the numbers on the right side. These represent each row of your knitting. Right side rows are read from right to left, and wrong side rows are read from left to right. If you are knitting in the round, every row is a right side row. I'll read what the first row of the chart says to do. Knit 2 stitches with red, knit 3 stitches with gray, knit 1 stitch with red. Some charts, like this one, are worked multiple times over a single row to produce a repeating pattern. So when I get to the end of the chart, I'll go back to the beginning again and continue working. Sometimes a chart will include selvage stitches. These stitches are worked at the beginning and end of the row and are not included in the repeating pattern. On this chart, you can see the portion that is supposed to repeat is bordered by black lines. So here, you should work the first 3 stitches, then repeat the pattern between the lines, and end with the 3 stitches on the other side of the line.
And finally, I have one more tip to help you on your way. Hand-knitted Fair Isle can get a little bumpy, and the stitches don't always look perfectly smooth. So to even things out, try wet blocking or lightly steam pressing your finished items. Fair Isle is so much fun to knit. With a little practice, you'll be a pro in no time. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll be notified when new knitting tutorials become available. Thanks for watching.